whichever you are. I'm going to be playing a song for you now that's called As Time Goes By. It was requested by a subscriber of mine that I play this. It's a song written by Herman Hupfeld in 1931, but it became famous in 1942 in the movie Casablanca. And it was played by a pianist character named Sam, who was played by Dudley Wilson. And of course the catchphrase became, "Play it again, Sam." Now I'm going to play this song for you, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the techniques later on, but you might want to download this from my website ahead of time and follow along as I play it. So here we go now with As Time Goes By. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about some of the techniques that I'm using in this arrangement. If you want to, I hope you have it in front of you. You've downloaded it and looking at it, because it's a little complicated, and you may want to look at it as I'm going along here. And I don't want to make this a 20-minute video, so I want to go through it fairly quickly. So I won't touch on everything, but the introduction. Now I got this idea about the introduction from this line, which is a diminished line that goes like this. So I'm thinking melodically like that. Approaching now the 2 chord. We're in the key of E flat, so the 2 chord would be F minor 7. We're in E flat major. So what I did was I harmonized that in major sevenths, and then what I have here is a what you call locked hand position, with the left hand is doubling the melody. So the melody goes like this. And then I'm harmonizing it like this. It's a pretty cool sound because it has the major 7th in it there, and it has these minor seconds over here. There's that minor second again. Here it is again. There it is again there. And then it takes me to there, to the F minor 7, then I go to a E7 sharp 9. Now that's the first note of the melody. Then I do a drop 2 voicing for the melody line, the first phrase of the melody. Now that's drop 2, meaning that what I'm doing is if I were to harmonize this melody with the right hand, it would sound like this. So I'm taking the second note from the top and putting it into the left hand. So that's a drop 2. It's a nice sound. It's really cool. Then I do it again here. Now there I use a spread voicing there with a flat 9 on the B flat 7 chord. And then I use that's a tritone substitute. That's another topic that we'll take up another time. Now I'm playing melody and I'm harmonizing in 6 like that, which is a really nice sound, and I'm using arpeggios in the left hand. Now, a lot of these techniques I've covered in previous videos in detail, so you want to go back to my other previous videos and check out each one of these stylistic techniques. So our left hand arpeggios. So that's the chord progression: E flat, F minor, F sharp diminished, G minor, and I'm arpeggiating in the left hand. Now this is just a spread voicing on a C minor 11 here. Same thing, spread voicing, diminished chord. Now these are big chords here. The melody is da 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 da. That's all it is. But I'm creating this particular progression is 3 6 2 5, and I'm putting a lot of color tones in there. So here you got a flat 9 with the sharp 11, and then a flat 9 here. Then I have this inner line moving. That's the first 8 measures, so we'll continue now. Continuing, sorry, I had to take a break because the cat was squawking to get fed, and so I got to take a break. But anyway, I'm doing this in segments. So here we go now with the second 8. I'm doing like a George Shearing type of technique in which it's locked hand. So I'm doubling the melody in the left hand again, like this. Some diminished chords in there. That's a diminished chord there. There's another diminished there. So it's pretty much 6 voicing. So I'm just harmonizing the melody, and then I'm doubling the melody in the left hand. Up to here. And that's a big spread voicing. Then I did this diminished chord, but that's another topic. Those are like moving diminished chords. And then I go to, now this is rootless. It's like a Bill Evans type of chord. Again, the big spreads now reharmonizing there, okay? So instead of it being 3 6 2 5, now it's something different. It's 3 6, then I go up a half step to a D major 9 chord, then I go up another half step to a D7 sharp 9. So that just takes some knowledge of reharmonization. That's a whole new topic that would take, an hour to talk about. So, and then the same thing here. I'm using a progression of a B major to a B flat minor to an A7 augment. Now, here on the bridge, this is interesting. I go into stride. This is a technique of like this, like that, where I'm playing bass note chord, which has more of a beat to it. So now, what has been more or less a rubato or free style timing now becomes a tempo. Like that. It goes about that much of it. I do it later on in the song. Now I have this reharmonization descending line in the left hand. That's opposing motion, which sounds really good. Whenever you can do that, it really sounds, it's a good sound. In other words, I'm rising the line here and I'm descending here. So it continues. So a lot of this really depends on your knowledge of bass lines and how to use them, because that will help you to know to understand reharmonization. See, that bass line is moving like that. It wants to end up, descending like that, and then down to here. Okay, so we go. Then it goes to this F minor chord. Back to that's drop 2 again. Diminished. Another diminished chord. Now I play some arpeggios. You want to check out my video on arpeggios, but now I am moving into the key of C, so I'm modulating. So the way I do that is I hit the 5 chord of E flat, and then I move into the 5 chord of C, because I'm modulating now into C. So I'm going from E flat major with 3 flats up to C or down to C, whichever way you want to think of it. But I'm setting it up with the 5 chord, but with a suspended 4th, like that. And then I have this. Okay, now this is the next segment. Continuing the next section, I had to stop and feed the cat, the other cat actually, and he likes to come in here and make a lot of noise and, you know, like snore and all that sort of thing, so I had to take care of him. But anyway, continuing now we're coming to the part of the song which sounds more like the Hollywood style, which is a very full sound. And we're in the key of C now, so what I'm getting is trying to get is really full chords in the right hand and the left hand filling out in stride or whatever, you know, with bass note and chords. So I'm getting this type of like a... I'm getting that full sound, and basically it's like filling out as much as you can, spreading out the harmonies as much as possible, and adding a lot of harmony notes in the right hand, particularly the octave, so you hear the melody like that. So you hear the melody and then adding harmony notes to that, and then like filling out the bass line and the chords in the left hand. So that's pretty much what's going on at the end there, and so it sounds... Get the octave and the chord, and then you have pretty much it. Now the end, I'm doing all these arpeggiated things, you know, fancy stuff. But anyway, you want to check out my video on arpeggios to help you with that. And then I do a little thing at the end that's just kind of a nice, this is another drop 2 thing. That's an interesting harmony sound, that drop 2. You see that note there is the 2 here. It'd be like that. But it's a pretty sound. You go to the 4 chord, 3 chord, 2, and then the 5, and then the 1. And that 1 is, if you look at it, it's a 10th in the left hand, then it has the 9th, the 5th, and the tonic. So it's a pretty sound. So that's it. Signing off from the Jazz Ranch. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I want to give you a little shout out on my book. This is my book called Jazz Piano Methods and Songbook for Professional Playing. I've sold thousands of copies. I have a special sale going on right now. If you buy my book, you'll get my 140-page appendix of exercises for free. All you have to do is order my book through my website and then write to me. And my email address is below, and I will send that to you directly to your email. So please check out the videos I've made on both books so you can see everything that's inside them. Where can you go and see a complete inside of a book on a video? Only here at the Jazz Ranch. So thanks for tuning in today. Please give me a comment. I love to hear from you. I always answer all comments. You'll see that I do answer all comments if you give me enough time. And until next time, in the words of my great friend upstairs, Herman Dressel, I'll say, swing loose. We'll see you next time around. Be cool. Bye-bye.